All right, we're going to find out for once and for all. I just started it, so we're going to find out how long it takes to brew a pot of coffee. When you don't wear an overshirt, you don't have as many choices on how to attach the little lavalier mic to your clothes. We had the house cleaners come yesterday, so I had to put things away, put things back where they belong. Looking for my cup. I woke up this morning at a time that I usually prefer to try to roll back over and go back to sleep, but wasn't in the cards today. I don't know why. There's a part of me that just tries to take things as they are, not get too worried, because there's the worry finds a way in regardless. All right, my coffee mate. Need the spoon for the patented stir technique. By the way, this is Dr. Kenton Wakes Up, the January 12th, 2024 edition. Friday, January 2024. That's a lot of even numbers jammed in there together. All right, so we're about 2 minutes in. We got about a cup. I think yesterday's video, I looked it over and I saw that it was about 7 minutes, so we'll see. I've gotten a little bit addicted to watching process videos on YouTube. Most of them having to do with a guy who specializes in rehabilitating. The ones I saw last night, for example, were rehabilitating electric generators. It's a gasoline motor that's attached to an inverter that generates power for your house in times of emergency, like power outage. And as you might imagine, curation is a necessary trait. It's not, you can't just count on every motor rehabilitation show to be compelling and interesting. I don't know what it is about these ones that I do find compelling and interesting, but there are plenty of them. This one is from a guy named James Conlon, Conlon. He appears to specialize in Honda generators and other similar generators. These are the size units that are like 5,000 watts, so that you can run a couple of space heaters or the equivalent. Probably a refrigerator, freezer, doesn't take too much power. Probably keep a couple of those babies running in a bad weather event or whatever the case is. And prior to that, I watched a show. When I say prior, I mean in geologic time. A few weeks ago, I started watching, well, a couple months ago, started watching a series called Vice Grip Garage. A guy named Derek and his wife and kids. He somehow finds these cars that are derelict, don't run, they've been abandoned in some hedgerow, and he shows up with a set of tools and a lot of know-how, and more often than not is able to drive that car that he just rehabilitated, get it back out on the highway and drive it home. He's got a certain process that he goes through. He's not a safety inspector. He's not too terribly interested in making sure that the car will pass any kind of emissions or safety tests. He's more interested in, can I get the motor spinning and get the energy from the motor into the wheels and get them turning. He's a decent, good enough driver that he's not really too fascinated or concerned with whether the car has brakes. I don't believe he also cares too much about wiper blades. He's a big devotee of Rain-X. He loves to see the water uh, beating up and rolling off. Where are we at now? 7 minutes. We're at 4 cups. So maybe, I don't know, maybe yesterday or the day before, or maybe I started the pot brewing before the. This is why you got to do this stuff. You got to, if you don't know for sure how long it's going to take, you got to do it a couple times, start to finish, and really find out. So there's nothing lost here. It's just waiting for the coffee to finish brewing. And in the meantime, as my dear departed mentor, Dr. Volker, used to say, you got to vamp until ready. So I'm vamping until the coffee machine, coffee brewer, coffee maker is ready and done. It's making the gurgling noises that say that it's almost done. It's 8 minutes. We're 8 minutes in. Once it makes its final drip and gurgle, I think I hesitate to take a pot or cup of coffee off of a brewer setup like this until it's all the way done, because I'm a believer that the best cup of coffee you could get off of one of these is the first. Let's say you got an 8-ounce mug. The first 8 ounces that come out of this thing are going to taste the best. But if you do that, if you take the first 8 ounces out, the other whatever 40 ounces left in the pot will taste like dirty water. So don't do that to yourself. You want each sip of coffee to taste just as great as the rest. Wow, that's really good. All right. Well, enjoy your Friday if you can. And as always, love you. Bye.